When your dog climbs into your bed every single night, do you actually understand the message they are trying to send you? Yes, it is easily one of the most comforting therapeutic feelings in the world. A loyal companion curled up closely beside you, their slow, steady breathing matching the quiet rhythm of the room. It feels completely natural, completely at peace. But behind this seemingly simple bedtime routine, there is a hidden reality that goes vastly unnoticed by the average pet owner. Welcome to Doggo Mind, where we break down the real science and psychology behind your dog's behavior, sharing powerful insights to help you build a deeper, unbreakable bond with your four-legged best friend. This nightly habit is not just a cute display of affection. It is a complex behavioral pattern deeply rooted in ancient predatory biology, survival instincts, and a profound emotional connection that modern science is only now beginning to fully decode. Most people quietly misread these signs every single night, entirely missing the critical data their dogs are projecting. If you assume it's just about a soft mattress, you are fundamentally misunderstanding your pet. And there is one specific behavioral anomaly you must stay for, because if your dog suddenly stops sleeping with you, most owners brush it off as nothing. The real biological reason behind that sudden withdrawal is an urgent warning you genuinely need to hear. To truly understand your dog, we have to look past the surface. Let us break down what is actually happening on a chemical level the exact moment your dog chooses your bed over the rest of the house. To truly grasp this chemical takeover, we have to look at the first major revelation. Your dog has completely rewritten their own biological programming just to match yours. Think about your daily routine. Your dog doesn't wear a smartwatch. They can't read the numbers on your phone, and yet they know the exact microsecond you are about to close your laptop, turn off your TV, and wind down for the night. They anticipate your alarm before it even rings, sitting patiently by the edge of the mattress. How is that possible? In the wild, dogs are naturally crepuscular animals. This means thousands of years of evolution hardwired their ancestors to be wide awake and highly active during two specific windows: dawn and dusk. That was their prime hunting time, the rhythm their entire survival depended on. A human's rigid, modern 9-to-5 schedule goes completely against everything canine biology built them for. And yet, without a single day of formal training, your dog quietly disabled that ancient internal clock. Through months and years of sustained, unwavering devotion, they observed your patterns until their natural rhythm bent itself completely around yours. They chose to sleep when you sleep, simply because they want to be exactly where you are. But their dedication goes even deeper than matching your schedule. It operates on a molecular level through a hyper-advanced bioradar. Their nose. You come home after a brutal, exhausting day at work. You haven't said a word to anyone. Your face seems calm, and you slip into bed trying to shake off the stress. You think you are hiding it, but to your dog, you are practically shouting. A dog's sense of smell is estimated to be between 10,000 and 100,000 times more powerful than a human's. When your anxiety spikes, your body chemistry shifts, and you secrete cortisol, the primary stress hormone, through your sweat and breath. Your dog's nose picks up on this chemical spike instantly. When they climb onto the bed and press themselves against you on those heavy nights, it isn't out of laziness or a desire for comfort. Their biological radar has just alerted them that their human's baseline is off. They are stepping in as a living, breathing biostabilizer, offering their presence as the ultimate chemical antidote to your stress. But what happens to both of your bodies the moment that physical connection is finally made? The moment that physical contact is finally made in the dark, a fascinating biological phenomenon locks into place. This brings us to our second major realization. You and your dog enter a state of mutual regulation. Most owners assume they are simply performing an act of kindness, generously letting their pet share the mattress out of pity or affection. But science tells a completely different story. Peer-reviewed studies tracking physiological data in dogs show that the exact instant they establish physical contact with their bonded human, their cortisol levels plummet. Their entire system experiences a massive, measurable wave of relief. But here is the spectacular twist that most people never realize. The exact same chemical shift happens inside you. When you rest your hand on your dog's fur or feel them pressed against your side, it triggers a powerful biofeedback loop. Your own cortisol production slows down. Your heart rate stabilizes, your blood pressure drops, and your overstimulated sympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for your fight or flight response, finally quiets down. You aren't just giving your dog a comfortable place to sleep. Your bodies are actively, unconsciously healing each other. Night after night, this close proximity creates an incredible sensory synchronization. As the hours pass, your breathing patterns naturally begin to mirror one another. Your dog's body literally memorizes the exact, healthy rhythm of your resting state. They map out your biological baseline, the precise frequency of your heart and lungs when you are genuinely safe and at peace. By sharing that space, your bed ceases to be just a piece of furniture. It transforms into a sacred biological sanctuary where two completely different species cooperate on a cellular level to wash away the invisible damages of the day. Yet, even as your biology synchronizes, your dog's mind never truly rests. While you drift into deep sleep, they quietly transition into an entirely different mindset, one that involves a very specific, self-assigned job. This brings us directly to our third revelation. The exact way your dog arranges their body next to you is never a random accident. It is a highly calculated, silent language, an encrypted message revealing the precise level of trust they place in you. Consider the back-to-you position. Many pet owners feel a slight sting of rejection, or assume their dog is upset when the animal climbs onto the bed and immediately flips around, pointing their rear end directly at their face. Do not misinterpret this. In canine pack dynamics, turning one's back to another creature is actually one of the ultimate displays of respect and vulnerability. It means they do not feel the need to watch you. They know with absolute certainty that you will not harm them. And more importantly, they are trusting you to guard their ultimate blind spot. That perceived insult is actually a massive biological compliment. Then, there is the sprawl. Legs thrown out in every direction, body completely loose, and belly fully exposed to the ceiling. This is the holy grail of canine body language. An animal's abdomen houses all of their most vital, vulnerable organs. Every evolutionary survival instinct screams at a dog to protect this area at all costs. When your dog sprawls out flat on their back beside you, they have consciously deactivated 100% of their defensive programming. It is the purest, most beautiful declaration of total emotional safety a living creature can provide. Conversely, take note if your dog opts for the curl, tightly tucked into a ball with their nose touching their tail. While it keeps them warm and shields their vital organs, it means a thread of guardedness remains. They love you, but they haven't fully opened up their emotional defenses to the room just yet. But if they choose the pressed-in position, wedging themselves so tightly against your leg or torso that it looks genuinely uncomfortable, they are sending the clearest message of all. They are intentionally collapsing all physical distance because of pure, unadulterated devotion. If you look down at night and realize your dog has been speaking to you through these beautiful silent postures, take a second to hit that subscribe button on Doggo Mind. By joining us, you won't miss any of our upcoming scientific deep dives into the brilliant hidden world of your pet's mind. Because once you know how to read these positions, you begin to see that your dog isn't just sleeping. They are positioning themselves strategically for an assignment. That assignment is a very specific self-preservation role. This brings us to our fourth major revelation. Where your dog chooses to lie down on your bed is never random. It is an intentional, strategic placement dictated by their predatory DNA. To truly understand this, we have to look at their ancestry. Dogs descend from pack animals, and in the wild, the hours of darkness were the most dangerous moments of their lives. Sleep was the ultimate point of vulnerability, the narrow boundary between survival and becoming prey. To stay alive, members of the pack never rested aimlessly. They established a highly organized defensive perimeter, distributing positions around the group to monitor entry points and stay alert to any movement in the dark. Your dog still carries that exact tactical wiring. When they step onto your bed, part of their brain genuinely believes they are taking up a post to guard the pack. Take notice if your dog routinely sleeps at the very foot of your bed. Many owners assume their dog is keeping their distance out of independence. But from a tactical standpoint, the foot of the bed is the launching pad. It is the optimal position that allows them to ground themselves and spring forward to respond to a threat faster than from anywhere else. What about the dog that sleeps flat against the bedroom door, completely blocking the threshold? They have assigned themselves the role of the gatekeeper. They are actively monitoring the primary entry point, placing their body directly between any potential intruder and the person they love. And if they choose to press themselves firmly against your back, they are covering your blind side. They are watching the entire half of the room that you cannot see while you sleep. They know they are domesticated animals living inside a secure house, not the wild. But ancient instinct does not care about modern architecture. Something deep in their DNA loudly states, "This human is my pack, and it is my job to keep them alive while they rest." But this constant need to guard you reveals an even bigger truth about why they keep stepping onto your mattress, one that shatters the most common myth in pet ownership. That myth is the simple, lazy explanation we've all heard before. Your dog only sleeps with you because your bed is warm. Problem solved. But that logic completely falls apart the second you actually think about it. Dogs are extraordinarily talented at finding warmth on their own. They know exactly where to locate a patch of afternoon sun on the kitchen floor, the cozy spot right beside a radiator, or a soft sofa cushion that traps heat for hours. If temperature was the only thing they cared about, they have options all over the house. So why do they keep choosing you? Why do they willingly tolerate you tossing and turning, or accidentally throwing a leg over them in the middle of the night? Because of the absolute power of emotional safety. As we've established, sleep is the moment of greatest vulnerability for any living creature. When an animal bypasses every quiet corner, every tucked away spot, and every comfortable pet bed to climb onto a mattress next to a human, it is not a search for heat. It is a deliberate choice. It is a profound, nonverbal declaration that echoes across thousands of years of shared history. You are the safest place I know. But what happens when that sacred declaration is suddenly broken? When that sacred declaration is suddenly broken, you must pay immediate attention. This brings us back to the urgent warning from the beginning of our story. If a dog who has faithfully slept by your side for months or years abruptly refuses to climb onto the mattress, and instead chooses to isolate themselves in a dark, distant corner like under the kitchen table or the bathroom floor, it is never a random phase. Canines govern themselves by a strict, primitive survival law. Hide all vulnerability. In the wild, showing pain or illness makes an animal a prime target for predators and a liability to the pack. If your dog is experiencing physical suffering, hidden injuries, or joint pain, especially as they grow older, their deepest instinct tells them to withdraw into isolation to protect themselves. If a vet visit rules out physical illness, look closely at emotional trauma. A sudden, terrifying noise in the bedroom, the stressful arrival of a new member disrupting their territory, or even heavy, tense arguments between humans in that room can fracture their sense of safety. They aren't being distant. They are communicating. For you, a bed is just a comfortable place to crash after a chaotic day. But for your dog, sharing that mattress is a sacred choice. Every strategic position, every synchronized breath, and every pressed-in moment in the dark is proof of an unconditional love that defies thousands of years of evolution. In a world full of endless noise and distractions, their ultimate choice will always be you.